The truth is that I've been to several stadiums across the country. I think this is the busiest stadium I've seen. Um, I'm excited because you see that the interest in sports, not just in Delta, but across the country, is beginning to grow. And I see a lot of young people, young talents involved in different sports coming out every day to train. I hope that what I've seen in Delta today can be replicated in other states of the Federation. And as we look forward to the National Sports Festival, 36 states coming, we'll see a renaissance in sports development across the country.
Vote of confidence from the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Mr. Sunday Dare, on Delta State and what they're doing for infrastructure development. And I love what he said. He said, so now he has come, he has seen this one, he said it is good. He wants to go to Kaduna and see that it is good also. Go to Lafia, see that it is good. Bolu, that's how we can fix this problem of infrastructure.
Yeah, man, first off, let me go. Definitely, no matter what we talk about football, we still have to talk about the MPFL. I remember when MFM played Warri Wolves, they couldn't play at the Agerisem and they used the Teslim Balogun. The players really struggled. Why? Because both teams are used to playing on natural turf.
There we go.
And the Teslim is no natural turf, it's natural grass, and they really struggled. This pitch here there in Asaba is in natural grass. It's even professional players don't like to play on natural turf. We've been talking about bringing Super Eagles to Lagos. They can only come to Lagos if they are sure of playing on the natural grass, because maybe in the days of Swan Cup and then when we play on the AstroTurf, if it's wet, there's trouble, you slide a lot. If it's dry, there's trouble, you can enjoy yourself.
When it's sunny, you burn.
So there's nothing as beautiful as playing on the natural grass. I think this is more like a wake-up call, a rallying call for other states. If Asaba is putting in more efforts, always wanting to bring the Super Eagles to Delta, well, let's see if other states also can do the same thing. You know how interesting it will be if everybody wants to do something important for sports and the sport ministry does not even know where to go. Lagos is doing so well. They want the Super Eagles. Asaba is doing well, Kano is doing well. That means it will be a big headache for the sport ministry and the NFF.
That's what it is, but this is the way to go. Do a lot of inspection. Keep standards. We must go by international standards. So the minister and his team, I see the NFF president, Amaju Pinnick, also in the picture. So because, I mean, the Super Eagles, the senior men's national team. So no matter what Delta State they are doing with this stadium, when the Super Eagles touch down, everything must be touched now. It must be standard because these guys play in the best of stadiums all over the world. So they cannot come here and meet a substandard stadium. So shout out to Delta State for improving on the Stephen Keshi Stadium, because we know the story of how the stadium started, and now the narrative is beginning to change. I would love it so much. So you've listened to the minister, you've seen pictures for yourself. They don't lie. So another call to every other state, particularly where we have stadiums that maintenance have been neglected. Maintenance, that's the major problem, because we've got a lot of stadia across the country. But in what state are they? We need to change it. That's it. With a countdown to the National Sports Festival, let's get into the Olympic zone. Welcome back, Sports Tonight, on your award-winning sports-loving channels television. Let's continue our countdown to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. 133 days to go. 133, Bolu. And despite this coronavirus concern, some countries, some top athletes, because the Olympics is not a 2 or 3, sometimes even goes beyond 4 years. Like the United States of America, they've probably kept a star that they've been preparing for 12 years that is supposed to go to Tokyo and announce. People are still looking forward to the competition.
Like they say, to prepare for the Olympics, the earliest time you can start or the latest time is immediately the other one start. The previous, when the real started, you should be prepared for the next one, and everyone is ready, preparing. We hope this coronavirus disappears as early as possible, because if it gets worse, God forbid, we would not continue this event. And Tokyo now, different bodies are talking about, like we said earlier, they postponed so many sporting events. And the Olympics is, the only sports, the Olympics is not bigger than is the football event of the Olympics, but Olympic is bigger than every other sport. There's the athletics, the weightlifting, everything. It's the height of it. And do you know how it will look like the Olympic Games without spectators? And although the Tokyo LOC was trying to maybe calm nerves before saying, well, it's 2020, we don't have to play in summer, but now nobody's even thinking about when. The first thing now is clear of coronavirus. We are hoping 133 days. It looks far. But at the same time, it's not far. It's just less than 5 months away from now. We hope everything can be settled. Just coronavirus, I think you've done enough. Just live and let's enjoy life and let's enjoy sports.
It beats me. Coronavirus, what do you want? What do you want? There are more than 100,000 reported cases of COVID-19 worldwide. Over 100,000 reported cases. And more than 4,200 persons have died from this virus. It's sad. And every day I come here to do the show, there's another sad news coming out of this coronavirus. The Tokyo 2020 Olympics torch was lit by the rays of the sun in ancient Olympia earlier today to mark the final step towards July the 24th through August the 9th games currently in question because of the coronavirus pandemic. Actress Zanti Georgiou in the role of high priestess used a parabolic mirror in a scaled-down ceremony close to spectators. No spectators again. They did the test run events, Bolu. No spectators. The Olympic torch was lit. No spectators.
It takes out the excitement itself. Naturally, when the torch lights up, there's always a roar that now we are ready for the Olympics.
Everyone
But
starts catching
it's
the
more
fever.
like, she's an actress. Maybe the mind she would have is I'm acting. But for those that are more into sports, you would understand what it means to light the Olympic torch. Going around, when the Olympic torch lands in your country, it's a different excitement entirely. Everybody wants to touch it. If the only thing you can achieve is just touching, you don't even need to win medal. But here, nobody's watching.
This event marks the start of the torch relay. Just like what we're seeing with the National Sports Festival torch going around. Now, what we're seeing is one person will just be running. There won't be a crowd because part of the measures to curb this virus is stay away from crowd.
The only people here now are those participating in the opening itself. There's no extra spectator, even the media definitely will be streamlined. You won't see the normal crowd as expected. I think it's taking out the toll on what the event is meant to be. I've seen the torchlight a few times in my lifetime. I know how beautiful it is. When it lands, the way people run around, everybody
sometimes you
around.
think it's the opening ceremony.
Just look at the solo run. Nobody on the side, no one cheering, no noise and all. Well, I think coronavirus has tried enough because it's causing, the truth is, more harm than anything called
coronavirus is time to go. The torch will be handed over to Tokyo Games organizers in Athens on March the 19th. So when it gets to the organizers in Tokyo, we start hoping that everything will be fine as we get ready for the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Let's get some talking points from the lighting of the flames that was done without spectators.
19 weeks before the opening ceremony, we are strengthened in this commitment by the many authorities and sports organizations around the world who are taking so many significant measures to contain the spread of the coronavirus.
So, Thomas Bach still staying optimistic, the IOC president. So we are strengthened, but I can tell he's worried. We are worried. Everyone is worried about this coronavirus and what it can do to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics.
Even from the sound of his voice, you could hear the worry from me. I think he's just trying to calm the nerves. He's hoping everything will go out well because even if they move this event, yes, you may still get spectators and all if everything dies, but if it's not done at the pre-planned time, people have planned holidays, people have planned leave to go and watch the Olympics at this particular time. I know one of my bosses has said he'll probably take his family there at this particular time. it will change the calendar of everyone. It will change the calendar of even sporting events itself. It will change so many things. I think it won't be the same again if they move. Yeah, those watching at home may enjoy because it's still the Olympics, but Japan will never make the kind of money they expect to make if everything changes. I think his hope and wishes everything goes fine, and to come the proposed date, the Olympic Games come, everybody enjoy, and we move on. July is almost here. He said in 19 weeks to the main event. It's not far anymore. It's getting closer by day.
It's here. It's here. Guys, what do we do? They say we should wash our hands all the time. So please, can we start doing that? Everybody. They say use sanitizer. Do just that. If you're sneezing, if you're coughing, if you think that you're not feeling so good, don't start hugging everyone before you get to the hospital. Just get to a corner and tell somebody that you're not feeling well. Can we just do what we can in our own way to make sure that we kick this coronavirus out of our world? Because let me give you the figures again. The World Health Organization, they have formally declared this coronavirus outbreak a pandemic. There are more than 100,000 reported cases of COVID-19 worldwide. So it's a worldwide problem we're facing right here. And more than 4,200 persons have died from this COVID-19. The NBA, the National Basketball Association, they've suspended the season until further notice. Like, we were loving the NBA season. The Lakers will start wondering what's going on. The league has been postponed till further notice as 2 Utah Jazz players tested positive for the coronavirus. The NHL and the MLS seasons have also been suspended. The PGA tournaments and NASCAR races, they've said that it will go on, but without spectators. Golf without spectators. But the joy is that you get out of every hole. You're seeing the fans cheering you, talking to you. You can even get and shake. Oh, sad. Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson are the first celebrities to announce that they have COVID-19. Tom Hanks. This is a big problem we have before us, guys, and we need to do our own bit to take it out of our world. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. Okay, let's get on with the show now. We're still counting down to the Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Coronavirus or not, the show will go on. And in Asaba, Delta State today, the Minister of Youth and Sports Development, Mr. Sunday Dare, decorated the governor of Delta State, Ifeanyi Okowa, saying, well done for everything you've done for sports in Delta State. We know the contribution Delta State have given to sports in Nigeria. Come on, talk about some of our top athletes. Delta, Blessing Okagbare. Of course, Delta, Raymond, Delta. You could go on and on and on, and we could see what they're doing for infrastructure development. And then Bolu, this is another way to say to every other state that, look, we can make it a national project. If it's good in Delta, it's good in Edo, it's good in Osun, it's good in Bauchi, it's good in Kaduna, it's good in Cross River State, and it's awesome in Plateau. Then sports development will be achieved easily.
When we're talking about the Stephen Keshi Stadium, everybody that has to put their hands together. If we all join hands together, believe me, Austin, sports will be better in Nigeria. Yeah. If everybody put hands together to do the right thing, well, like they say, every good turn, every good thing you do deserves a reward, and that's what Okowa is getting there. It means now it's a wake-up call. If I was a governor and I'm seeing my colleague being awarded for something like this, not for something bad, not tagged for something negative, being awarded for his impact in sports. And believe me, every state, every Nigerian or most Nigerians have one talent or the other in sports. I would probably do a rallying call. You talked about when the torch got to Lagos. The sport minister was there, the governor was there, same thing with the minister, chairman for sports commission. I think there, if I was the one seeing this, I would just call him, okay, Shola Ekpeku, we need to do something, we need to challenge. Too. You know, it's beautiful having a positive challenge. Why? To achieve a beautiful goal. I think it's a good one. They've done enough. They brought the Super Eagles to Asaba. Nobody ever thought Super Eagles were going to play in Asaba. We all thought, including myself, that Uyo is the permanent home stadium for Super Eagles. They said maybe Lagos is fixed or Abuja, but now we challenged that, brought them to to Asaba. So I think it's good one. It deserves this award.
And the fact that we've taken the Super Eagles to Asaba now, it gave the state government another reason to upgrade the stadium. So awesome. I love it. Positive challenge. That's what Bolu said. So every other state like, oh, what is it that Delta is doing? Because they are actually doing so well with sports development. Champions of the last edition of the National Sports Festival. They have introduced the Headmasters Cup for primary school. There's Principals Cup for secondary. And we've also seen the School Sports Festival. Let's go to Asaba, the Delta State capital, and get some talking points.
The award is a symbolic award. The award first is a validation of and a recognition of his support for sports development, his support for talent hunting, and for our athletes. It is also very symbolic as we prepare to go to Tokyo 2020 Olympics. We'll be going around to see a couple of other sports-loving governors, give them similar decorations and awards, to get him to help us spread the Olympic spirit, but also to support the Team Nigeria as we prepare for the Olympics.
That's what it is. So the minister is saying, Mr. Governor, as we say well done to you, remember we launched the Adopt an Athlete initiative and we're getting ready for the Olympics. And we have some indigenes from Delta State that will represent the country. You have done well, but we can do more by supporting this Olympics move.
I think one thing Sports Sunday Diary knows how to do is, well, like someone said, he's a trained journalist. So he has the right words. He knows how to talk. He's very, very articulate in his words. After appreciating, okay, yeah, he deserved the award for this. Yeah,
Mr. Governor, come,
just talked about the Olympics as well. Like you rightly said, some athletes are from Delta, the likes of Blessing or Kagbari. And you can't call athletes, Divine Oduru. You can't call athletes in Nigeria without mentioning Blessing or Kagbari. So it's a call that, well, you can pick up, you can decide to be, she can be your adopted athlete as well. So I think it's more like a win-win for them. Now, he too wants to do more. Like if you award me for the little I've done, I think I can get more recognition if I do more. So it's a win-win for both sports in Nigeria and for the state and the government. I think from now where I sit, he's now challenged that, okay, well, if he takes just one athlete from his own account, either or from the states, I think it's very, very positive.
Okay, even if the governor says, we've done so much, but let's count the number of Delta States athletes that will be going and we'll take care of them.
That's enough. It means the money probably coming into Blessing, for example, can go to another athlete. Remember, some of the major challenges we always have at this event is money, funds. But now if maybe we talked about 18 athletes that have gotten a grant. If maybe other 5 also get sponsored from the government, it means 20 plus are gone. Now let's focus on that. I think the money will come.
I think we can't even make it a state project. Oduanya Adekroye, she's from Ondo State.
Do something for her.
Let's do something for Oduanya.
Definitely she's flagging for Nigeria. But it's always something of pride. We saw Anthony Joshua telling the Queen, yes, I'm a British boy. I'm in Nigeria, a Yoruba boy from Ogun State. So you feel proud if you're an Ogun State in it, yes, that's my colleague, that's my native friend. So I think it's good one. If, for example, we talked about Oduayo, she gets to the Olympics, she wins gold, and she's coming back here. I want to thank the sport museum. I want to thank my governor for this. It's something of pride.
I think so too. So well done, Mr. Sunday Daria and the team, and also to Delta State government for all they're doing for sports development. And I love that Anthony Joshua angle. There's just something about appreciating someone. So Joshua at that Commonwealth meeting said to fish and chips and pounded yam and egusi soup. Let them know who we are. That's what it is. Let's go out of the Olympics and we'll come back. We'll talk about the AFCON 2021 qualifiers. Welcome back, Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're counting down to that AFCON 2021 qualifiers between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Lone Stars of Sierra Leone. You said no problem for the Super Eagles.
There shouldn't be. Okay, well, still on coronavirus issue, the report is their trainings, everything would be them alone. They won't allow touches with spectators, fans, or anything. Just let the players train when it's time to play. Although there's been no talk of playing the games behind closed door, but at least training, let's leave them to whatever they are doing. I don't think anywhere the Super Eagles play, I'm not undermining what Sierra Leone can do. I'm not talking them down, but from what we have in the team, I'm not sure Super Eagles should have lots of problems against the Sierra Leone. I think they should come out well in both games. And it's a good, if they win these 2 games, it means they can have it, Coach General can have luxury of making lots of changes for his final game. Maybe give some players the test run. The first game, he may still decide to go with his full squad. Let's pick the victory at home. Then the second game, he can decide to make a few changes. Don't forget there are 2 players joining the squad, Cyril Dessers and Kingsley, the right back. So he may decide to make changes. But for this game, I think the Super Eagles are in good form. They're in good spirits. Everyone is doing well for their club, especially their attacking players. Iheanacho scoring goals. Remember, he had a poor start to the season, but now he scored 8 goals in 16 or 18 games for Leicester City. Chukwueze, off and on for his club, but anytime he gets to play for Villarreal, he's awesome. For Nantes star Moses Simon is providing lots of assists. He has also scored about 9 goals for them this season. Same thing for Victor Osimhen. Surprisingly, Joe Aribo has also scored lots of goals, but the biggest surprise in terms of goals for the Us is Shemi Ajayi. He has scored 5 goals as a defender for his club this season. Awesome. Good numbers for him. Now Onyekuru, Omero, his legs are dangling right now because he looked to have lost his place to Shemi Ajayi. And that young lad is not looking to retire. He's not looking to step down. He's improving day by day for his club. So now, positive competition, positive challenge is good for the Super Eagles.
That's what it is. Shemi had to pick himself up after he lost out of the World Cup squad, you know. And since then, he's been making progress. And Leon Balogun
is back into the squad,
and he's playing, and everything is looking good. So we're counting down to that. So let's go on this break. When we come back, we'll listen to the president of the Nigeria Football Federation giving his views on that qualifying match.